Great to hear that from Denise. Melissa LeCompte is going to come and wrap up for us this morning. It was a great experience for everyone involved, and it's good to get a glimpse of that, not just what happened that week, but how God continues to work in our life and work there as well.
I am super nervous this morning, like really crazy nervous. So I'm going to try to get through this without losing my place or my train of thought or my composure. I wanted to talk to you this morning. I shouldn't have looked at that picture. About a young man named Babouche. This was my second time to go to Haiti. Thank you, God, that I got to go. When Carrie and I were there in February last year, we met a lot of amazing kids, beautiful, precious children. But there was this one boy, he was about 10 or 11, and as we spent time out in the village and we started to work, we started to notice some things about him that were just exceptional. He showed up every day to help us build a house that wasn't his. And I told you guys a little bit of this the last trip back, and so I'll try not to repeat myself too much. He was always there, willing to work. He was always willing to do whatever we asked him to do. He was, this is something probably only a woman would notice. He was incredibly clean, which if you've been on the trip, you know is practically impossible with the dust and in the dry season, the lack of water, and it's just the wind blows and you just get covered in all the dust that you can possibly imagine. And it blew my mind because he was always clean. He came to work one day in a shirt, and we had him helping us, and he got blue paint all over it and all over the back of his head. And the next day he came, and he had the same exact outfit on, which happens a lot, but he had turned his shirt inside out because on the inside of his shirt it was clean. And so he didn't want to wear the shirt with the dirt and the paint on it. And I just remember thinking, this is an exceptional kid. He was the kid who never asked us for anything. He was never the first person in line to get whatever we were passing out for free. He was always looking after the other kids, and he really just touched our hearts, mine and Carrie's. And we had the chance to go down to the tent city where he was still living, and you guys saw pictures in the video of those white plastic dome tents that are black inside. They're hot. It's like a furnace in there. It's stifling, it's dark. It's not a place that anybody would happily choose to live. And yet, here was this kid who had lost everything in the earthquake. He was living in these terrible conditions, and he was just an exceptional kid. And we got to tell his mom how much we appreciated his help, and we were able to leave them some food as payment for the work he had done with us, and just got to love on him a little bit. And it was the last day we were there, and he came to me right before we did the house dedication, because at the end of the week on Friday, when everything's all finished, we do the dedication service and we give the keys to the families that are going to move into the houses. And he asked me, he said, are you going to be here this afternoon? And I said, yes, I am. And he said, are you leaving today? And I said, yeah, I am. And he said, are you ever coming back? And I said, I hope so. And so he left and he went home, probably to take care of his mom, because she had told us that he did all of the work for her. He did all of the cleaning and the washing the clothes and the getting the water. So my guess is he went home to take care of her. And the staff at YWAM came and they were so excited. They said, guys, we've done, things have gone so well. We're done. Let's go. And I looked at Carrie and I said, Carrie, where's Babouche? And she said, I don't know. And I said, I was asking the other kids around, I said, where is Babouche? And nobody knew. And so we got on the truck. And I remember thinking, as we were driving out, I had told him I was going to be there. And I wanted to tell him goodbye. And I almost beat on the roof of the truck and told him to stop and go to the tent city so we could look for him to tell him goodbye. And then I thought, okay, they're all going to think this crazy woman messing up our plans. You know, the kid probably doesn't care anyway. Lady, let's just go. So we left. And for a year, that tore at my spirit. And I told God, I said, if we get to go back, I have to go. If I don't go for any other reason, I have to go. Because I didn't get to tell him goodbye, and he asked me if I was going to come back. And so when they announced the dates for the trip, poor Bobby, I didn't even really give him a chance to say he wanted to go this time. I was like, sorry, this is my trip, gotta go, got something to do. So we go, thank God we got a chance to go back, and I was so excited. I had all these plans, right, that I was gonna, brought a couple of things to give him, and I was gonna see him, and wondering if he even cared. You know, I spent a year being heartbroken over this, and I thought he may not even have cared. So we get there on Sunday, and we show up for the church service in Timonette in the village, and I had known that his family had gotten a house. He and his mom had finally gotten a house. I had been talking to one of the missionaries occasionally. And so we're in church on Sunday, and I'm looking for him, and I don't see him anywhere. And I'm looking in the crowd of kids who weren't at church, who were just watching, and he wasn't there. And so church was over, and we walked around a little, and I still didn't see him. And so I found Israel, the popsicle salesman, who's a great kid. I said, Israel, where is Baboosh? And he said, he's gone. He moved to St. Mark with his aunt. His mom just died. And he's gone. I don't know where he is. And my heart was broken. I was pretty much useless. You know, in a lot of ways, I couldn't believe. And so we went back, and I mean, I was just devastated. And thank God for Denise and Hank and a few other people who said, let's find him. Let's go look for him. And so one of the missionaries there, she put out phone calls and text messages to everybody she knew who might know his aunt. And on Wednesday afternoon, we were supposed to meet with him while everybody else went to the prison. They were going to bring him to the YWAM base. But nobody could get in touch with his aunt. And so Wednesday came and went, and I went to the prison, and God moved there. But my heart was someplace else. And all I could think of was, we didn't know where he lived or if he was safe, if his aunt wanted him and loved him, or if she was just giving him a place to stay. And so Thursday morning we got on the truck to go out to the village. And I was just a wreck. I mean, I was a wreck the whole trip. I had come for one purpose, and one purpose only. And I guess I should be a little embarrassed to say that with all of the other needs and all of the other things going on, all of the reasons that other people went on this trip. But honestly, that was my reason for going. And I was a wreck. I was grouchy. I was distracted. And I was trying not to make a complete and total idiot of myself in front of everybody. And so Thursday morning we're in the back of the truck and we're riding along, and I just remember I kept thinking, God, this boy has so much potential. And I looked around and I thought, how is his potential going to be realized? How is it going to be fulfilled in this place? And now his mom is gone. Nobody knows where he is. And so we pull up in the truck on Thursday, and Steve comes over and he's like, leave your bag, get out of the truck, we gotta show you something. Thinking, okay. And I walk over to one of the other trucks, and from behind Denise's body, I see this pair of green and yellow Converse tennis shoes. And then Denise stepped out of the way, and there he was. And I lost it. Thank you, God. Thank you.